The NFL is unforgiving on and off the field. What's up, everybody? Fred Richani, TSC, your home for NFL news updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. A lot of bad NFL news. I don't really know where to start, but I guess let's go down the list. So according to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, it is believed that Saquon Barkley, star running back of the New York Football Giants, I think personally a guy who could be a generational talent if he ever gets the right team around him, he suffered a torn ACL. He is done for the season. Not officially yet, but it sounds like it, and Ian rarely misses. And what can you say other than just unfortunate? Giants, of course, also 0-2. They made Mitchell Trubisky look like freaking Jim McMahon of 1985. It was ridiculous. They made him look like they made him look like Johnny Unitas. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. The Bears are 2-0. The Giants, Judge Joe's Giants, are 0-2. And to top it all off, Saquon Barkley reportedly has a torn ACL, which is just awful. But that's not all, folks. That's not all. And by the way, this ain't even the full list, but I'm just going to go through it because there's so many freaking trends here, so much freaking breaking news. First of all, NFL, I apologize for saying the preseason was useless because I think if there was a preseason, these guys would have been a lot looser and a lot more in shape, and maybe injuries wouldn't happen. But here's the rest of the injuries for Sunday so far. Giants wide receiver Sterling Shepard hurt with a toe injury. 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, ankle injury, reportedly going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa could have a torn ACL and be out for the season. 49ers D lineman Solomon Thomas, knee injury. Raheem Mostert, running back for the Niners, knee injury. My main man, Drew Lock, shoulder injury. Colts wide receiver Paris Campbell, knee injury. Colts safety Malik Hooker, Achilles. My God, that's horrible. And their running back just suffered an Achilles injury the other week. Vikings linebacker Anthony Barr, shoulder injury. Vikings running back Mike Boone, concussion. Rams running back Cam Akers, ribs, which that sucks. He was playing pretty well. Jets wide receiver Brashad Perriman, ankle. Jets cornerback Quincy Wilson, concussion. Falcons right tackle Caleb McGarry, knee injury. Dolphins cornerback Byron Jones, groin. My goodness gracious, that's not even it. To top it off, right, I'm currently watching the Chargers game right now with the Chiefs, and somebody else is down right now. I can't see who. But Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback, suffers a chest injury before the game. I don't even know how that happens. It's some Ken Shamrock before Kimbo Slice-ish, where Ken Shamrock trained in the back and cut his head and couldn't fight Kimbo Slice 10 years ago. I mean, this is some wacky stuff. So Justin Herbert came in and, hey, played pretty well so far for a rookie that just came in, but absolutely crazy. Yeah, Adam Schefter also co-signed this. Running back Saquon Barkley suffered a torn ACL today, sources tell me. One source said the torn ACL was certainly within the realm, but there were more tests Monday to make a full and complete determination. Christian McCaffrey was also banged up and had his ankle taped. Devontae Adams had a hamstring injury. My God, I mean, there's got to be more here, right? I mean, let me this is crazy. This is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Duke Johnson was inactive for the Texans. Chris Hogan left with injured ribs. Terrible Sunday for the NFL in terms of injuries. We know this is a violent game. We know that's the deal with fans and media and everybody else and players, of course. There's always going to be injuries. This is a violent game at its core. But, my God, I mean, the NFL decimated today. Decimated. If Jimmy G's out for a significant amount of time, if Saquon Barkley is out for the season, I mean, those are big losses. And if the Broncos lose Drew Lock, I mean, that's a very big deal, too. I really like Drew Lock a lot, and I think that he could definitely be a star one day. He's got a lot of raw talent. He just needs to harness it. But I'll tell you, man, Jeff Driscoll played pretty damn well, the backup for Denver. He went 18 for 34, 2 touchdowns, interception. He got them close to beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just lost 26-21. So let's go through some of the scores real quick before I get on out of here. At the time I'm recording this, it's going to be the second half, or it's going to the first half of Washington versus Arizona is going to finish, and the Cardinals currently lead it 20-0. 13-7 Ravens right now in the second quarter over Houston. 7-6 Chargers against the Chiefs. I don't think that'll last long. Tonight we have New England versus the Seahawks. We had on Thursday night a great game with the Browns and the Bengals. Browns won that 35-30. The Buffalo Bills hung on to beat the Miami Dolphins 31-28. Some people are saying it should be 2 a time, although Fitzpatrick played better this week. We had the Niners beat the hopeless Jets 31-13. If you look at some of Sam Darnold's numbers, you might think, oh, he's not that bad. But then you realize most of them came in garbage time. And, hey, I think the kid could be good, but he needs a real coach because Gase ain't the answer there. Indy beat Minnesota 28-11. Kirk Cousins, three interceptions against the Colts defense. Brutal and unacceptable. And I heard the announcers talking about Dalvin Cook and, if running backs get paid a lot, they got to do more than just run the ball. It's like, stop it, okay? Why don't you focus on the quarterback that's barely done anything in the NFL despite getting paid over and over again, all right? Just stop it there. Stop. Tired of these announcers talking about player salaries when a lot of them get paid and aren't that good at their jobs. Just saying. The Tennessee Titans survived the Jacksonville Jaguars 33-30. Once again, Jacksonville loses in Nashville. Maybe they'll break that curse eventually, but hey, Gardner Minshew, he mounted that comeback, man. They did their thing, but unfortunately, late in the game, tip ball, interception, sealed the deal. The Cowboys were at one point down 20-0 against the Atlanta Falcons. And this is a game, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Cowboy hater. This is a game the Cowboys did not, I don't want to say deserve to win, but had no business winning this game. Between Mike McCarthy running not one, but 2 failed fake punts in their own territory. And yet, they still won the game. It's crazy. They got a late touchdown. They hit an onside kick. They actually recovered the onside kick, which is pretty rare these days in today's NFL. And then Zerline hit the field goal, 40-39. Falcons lose. Just fire the coach now. Whatever. Terrible. The Rams beat the Eagles 37-19. And look, the Rams obviously deserved criticism for that horrific Super Bowl performance a couple years back. Jared Goff obviously has deserved criticism over the years for being a number 1 pick and not always playing like a number 1 pick. But they have played pretty damn well these last couple of weeks. And Philly, I don't know, man. Carson Wentz doesn't look good. He does not look good at all. I know people could say, the offensive line and this and that and blah, blah. And I get it, man. But I'm sorry. I don't like to compliment the Cowboys, but there's no way in hell you could say that Dak Prescott is worse than Carson Wentz. I mean, Carson Wentz not playing well at all. Not playing well at all. He's got to step it up. Giants lost to the Bears, as I mentioned, 17-13. They made Mitch freaking Trubisky look like Jim McMahon, although Mitch Trubisky's numbers weren't that great. But again, the fact that he's 2-0 now, remains the starter. I still think Nick Foles should have started this season, but hey, what the hell do I know? I'm not a coach. Daniel Jones didn't look good. Saquon Barkley, before he got hurt, 4 carries, 28 yards. Not good. I don't know, man. And look, I got nothing against Joe Judge. He seems like a very nice man, but he's in a very lame duck position with Dave Gettleman, who's already in the hot seat. And, you had all these teams had a chance to hire Eric Bieniemy of the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, quarterback guru, offensive guru, highly regarded around the league. Instead, they choose nepotism, whether it's somebody that's related to somebody or somebody that may have wiped Sean McVay's ass once or polished, Bill Belichick's shoes and, hey, here you go, get a job. And yeah, not looking very good. I get some guys like Kevin Stefanski who works his way up in the Vikings from an intern to, offensive coordinator and all that jazz, getting a job. That I understand. But Joe Judge, did you really have to hire him this year? I don't know. Look, wish him the best. Again, seems like a nice guy, but there are some questionable coaching decisions. And in fairness, too, even though the Cowboys won the game, and even though they have a Super Bowl winning coach in Mike McCarthy, he made some horrific calls today, and he is very lucky to get that win. But if that's a sign of things to come, I can see the Cowboys underachieving again, or maybe achieving what we should expect at this point, which is 8-8 or worse. Packers beat the Lions 42-21. Speaking of terrible coaches, man, Matt Patricia still has a job. Y'all got rid of Jim Caldwell after he took you to the playoffs once, after he took you to the next year 9-7. You keep this bum because, again, he polished Bill Belichick's shoes once, and he was a pretty good coordinator. And Yeah, there you go. No excuses to me. This is very different from the Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores, who I think has a very bright future, whose team plays really hard, who shows promise, who was in an impossible situation at one point. This is not that. Matt Patricia literally took a team that had a winning record the last 2 seasons and plunged them into hell. He Adam Gase the team, I guess if you want to call it that. Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, oh my God. So we cover the Buccaneers pretty extensively here on TSC. And, the Buccaneers are kind enough to provide us footage that we use for our coverage. And I heard all freaking week, Tom Brady's done. Guess they're going to go over. Oh, they're done. Tom Brady's too old. Oh, this and that. Oh, he's going to regret going. Oh, he's got all these problems with Bruce Arians. And blah. And look, I heard a lot of former players diss Bruce Arians because he was blunt about Tom Brady. And people are like, oh, you got to treat stars differently. And look, maybe Tom Brady did not like that, but I guarantee you this. I guarantee you that Tom Brady knew exactly who he was dealing with before signing on the dotted line. That's Bruce Arians. Y'all haven't watched enough Bruce Arians press conferences. That's Bruce Arians. And look, at the end of the day, he's the 2-time coach of the year. Whether or not he's a good coach now, we will find out, but I think he is. And whether or not there was tension or not, I guarantee you they got it sorted out, and everybody just kept saying, no, Tom Brady's done. Tom Brady's done. Well, guess what? 31-17. They beat the Carolina Panthers. Tom Brady, not the best game of his career by any stretch, but look, for a dude that's 43 years old, who's been in the league for 20 years, who had a rough game last week, who didn't have a preseason and a whole lot of camp to work with, 23 for 35, 217 yards, a touchdown, an interception, 80 quarterback rating. I mean, perfectly fine game by him. Made some great throws. Leonard Fournette stepped up to the plate. God bless Ronald Jones, Rojo, but Leonard Fournette might be taking the starting role because Leonard Fournette had 12 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ronald Jones, 7 carries, 23 yards, also a touchdown. Mike Evans, 7 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Justin Watson, 2 catches for 48 yards as well. There were several times where the Bucs could have scored more, but the receivers dropped balls. And look, ish happens. It is what it is. They're still getting to know each other. But I think Tom Brady played pretty damn well. And again, the stat sheet will say he played passable, but I think he did a little more than that had some of the receivers caught the balls. But really good stuff. And the defense stepped up. 5 sacks. Ndamukong Suh, 2 sacks. Antoine Winfield Jr., who I think is the steal of the draft. We had the pleasure of chatting with him at the Combine. Great kid. Got a sack as well. William Golston with a sack. And then, man, really, and then we had a couple interceptions too, right? Yeah. Jordan Whitehead with the interception. Carlton Davis with an interception. A lot of people predict big things from him this year. So far, so good. So what can I say, man? Bucs bounced back, doing their thing, and you don't want to piss off Tom Brady. That's all I got to say. I don't care if he's 43. I don't care if he's 34. I don't care if he's 403. If he's still active, if he's still playing, if he's still competent as an NFL player, you got to take him seriously. But folks, I'm going to get out of here. We'll have some Bucs post-game coverage for you soon. We'll have some Jaguars post-game coverage for you soon. We'll have more NFL coverage for you throughout the week. Rams post-game coming up as well. As for all these injuries, very, very unfortunate. Get well soon, Saquon. Sorry to hear about all these 49ers. Again, I can't even keep up. There's so many damn injuries. I'm trying to refresh my screen to see if there's anything else. That's pretty much it right now, but yeah, okay. Solomon Thomas suffered a knee injury that will require further testing. Okay, yeah. Just a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff going on. Congrats to all the teams that won. Sucks for all the teams that lost. Best wishes to all the players that have been injured today and before. And if you want more NFL updates, please like, share. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications for more updates. We'll have plenty of updates throughout the week. And until next time, as always, enjoy the games.